you guys who are watching Sergio's Secrets. Before I get started with today's fun and exciting video, if you can please give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'm posting every single day until further notice, so stay tuned in on those video requests. Definitely leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to be video for you. And today we're going to be talking about my fragrances and my favorite choices. So these are my fragrances right here that are in my current rotation. I'm going to take a little thumbnail picture, so bear with me. So these are my fragrances in my current rotation. I do have more fragrances. If you do want to see a full fragrance collection, definitely let me know down below. But I thought in today's video, I'll be talking about my current fragrances in my rotation, why I like them, why I have them, and kind of describe the scents to you. So this tray I got a long time ago, I believe from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I've had it for like 3 years and it's holding up pretty well. And this is how I display my fragrances. And so it's on top here, and usually that's how I display them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fragrances in my rotation. I do tend to change them out every single month, depending what I'm feeling, or maybe if I'm looking for a particular scent. So let's say let's say if I'm looking for like Prada Candy, I'll just go into my drawer and I'll grab it. But this has been my rotation for the last couple of like maybe like a month and a half. So I'm just gonna be talking about my favorite fragrances, why I like them, and yeah, so I'm just putting this on my lap right here. And I know department stores have been having a lot of sales on fragrances, so if you're interested in these fragrances, I highly suggest to check the description box just if I can find them on sale, so you guys can save some money. I will try to find some links for you that are on sale. So we're just gonna get started. So for me, I do like women's and men's fragrances. I go through phases where I want to wear Flower Bomb and Chanel Chance and, you know, like fragrances like that, and then I go by phases that I want to wear like Spice Bomb, you know, like vice versa, or, you know, Gucci Guilty. So my seasons where I do want to wear, or there's seasons where I just want to wear Victoria's Secret perfume. Like I have all the Victoria's Secret Bombshell perfumes, so I may just go through like a month where I just only wear Victoria's Secret Bombshell perfumes. It constantly changes my rotation of what I like and what I don't like. Right now, 7 of the fragrances are men's, 1 is unisex, and then 2 of them are women's. And yeah, so if something is quote-unquote too feminine or too masculine, that doesn't really bother me as long as it works with my body chemistry and I like the smell of it. That's all that really matters. So yeah, I know you guys have been asking for this video, so we'll go ahead and kind of get started. So I'll talk about my newest fragrance. So this is Dior Sauvage. I got it in the 100ml and the Eau de Parfum. I know there's a toilette version and a perfume version. Toilette is a little bit less, and I think Eau de Parfum is more concentrated, and perfume is just a lot more concentrated, so it has a little magnetic like that. So I think it's a really nice fragrance. This one, the reason why I got this one is I just wanted a nice everyday scent. Now I will say this is more a quote-unquote, well, I will say like a lot of my fragrances aren't necessarily too niche. Like I don't go into very niche fragrances, like let's say Le Labo or Laredo. I will be getting more into niche fragrances as I kind of grow up, as I, you know, expand my collection. But for now, a lot of these are more kind of commercial based fragrances, or like in every department store, in every Sephora. There's nothing wrong with that, because basically all of them are. But I don't have a lot of niche fragrances, just because they are a little bit pricey, and I don't want to commit on like spending $200 or $300, $400, $500 on a bottle. Right now, I'm really comfortable spending under $150 or less on a fragrance. Yeah, so this Dior Sauvage, I like it. I want it as a nice everyday fragrance. This is not a fragrance that I would wear if I'm going on a date. This is not a fragrance that I would wear, let's say, at a Friday night, or if I'm going somewhere. Just because this scent is a little too generic. A lot of people do wear this perfume, and so I don't like to wear too much on, you know, things that are more special occasion, because I think one of the things that is kind of the worst feelings ever, and you guys can agree, when someone says, well, they smell your perfume and they automatically know what it is. I like my fragrances to be a little bit more of a mystery, and people ask me what I like and what I don't like. And sometimes what I will do is I will be mixing fragrances together. Like I may do 3 sprays of this and then 1 spray of that, so it kind of throws it off. But for the most part, to be a little bit more mysterious within my fragrances. And my body chemistry is kind of weird, because there's very popular perfumes that I've tried that have not worked on my body chemistry. There's only one here that didn't work as much, but all the other fragrances work pretty well. And yeah, so I like this one. I would describe, if you're looking for a fragrance that you can wear every day, that you can wear, that's very sophisticated, that's not overpowering, and it's a very 9 to 5 friendly fragrance, and I would highly suggest this one. It's one of their popular fragrances by Dior for the men's collection, and ever since it came out, it's been a bestseller. Like I said, they have all the toilette the perfume and perfume version. So there's 3 versions. Starter fragrance if you do want just one fragrance to kind of start off your collection. This one and probably the next 2 that I'll show you is that I feel like are very popular and that people will like. So the first one is the Dior Sauvage. One that I really do like, and after I finish this bottle, I also don't tend to really replace bottles. Once I finish the bottle, I don't really rebuy them. But this one right here, I do see myself repurchasing. So this is the Yves Saint Laurent for Men Y. And the reason why I like this one is just a nice fresh scent that doesn't remind me of Chrome. I don't know if you guys know this fragrance called Chrome, or like those kind of those watery aqua-y scents. Some of them just give me a little bit more of a headache, and you can tell what it is, and it just when I smell it, it just gives me a headache. So I like this one right here because I find that it's not, yes, you get more of that fresh scent, but it's not as overpowering. You know, those ones like the Chrome and stuff, those are so overpowering. Like when I wear those fragrances, I only have to wear that fragrance spray or 2 sprays. Other than that, it gets overwhelming and I do get a headache. This one I can spray quite a bit and I can build up, and it works pretty well. And what I like about a lot of my fragrances as well is that I can kind of build them up. Like you know, when I put on a jacket, I spray it in fragrance. Some people do this, some people don't for some of my jackets. And when I wear them, it just reminds me of like the last time that I wore it. A certain fragrance on a certain clothing garment, particularly third pieces. Sometimes it just kind of depends, but this one's a really great kind of fresh scent that if you want that isn't overpowering as some of the other ones. This one I believe is in the 50 ml. I've had this for almost 2 years, and as you can see, I'm almost finished with this one. It's a really great starter. Honestly, out of all the fragrances in this video, I honestly feel like this is the one that I would recommend to people the most if you just want a nice clean fragrance, because this one is a little bit more darker and it's a little bit more mysterious in my opinion, but this one is a really great everyday fragrance. Next one that I'm going to talk about is Classic Acqua di Gio. This reminds me of somebody that's like a freshman in college, a sophomore in college, somebody that's very young that plays a lot of sports, that maybe he doesn't know a lot about fragrances, or maybe he got gifted this fragrance for Christmas or for his birthday and he carries this in his gym bag and he just wears it, and you know, he really likes to smell good. Maybe he wants to impress somebody, and you know, he wears this fragrance, and this is a fragrance that basically this person would wear to life. I kind of describe the type of people that wear fragrances. I know it's really weird. So the fragrance that he would wear for life, and maybe when he's in the locker room, people may judge him for wearing too much fragrance, but he doesn't care because he wants to smell right and impress the right people in his life. So that's what Acqua di Gio reminds me of. I've had this one for like almost 2.5 years, 3 years, and I'm right finishing. I don't think I'd be repurchasing this one just because I do want to try other fragrances, but it's been a pretty great run. I've liked the fragrances as I've been wearing, but like I said, this is what this fragrance reminds me of, like somebody playing like soccer or maybe basketball, and you know, something that he kind of keeps in his locker room or in his like little duffel. This is what I think of. Next fragrance this is the only fragrance that doesn't really last a lot in my body chemistry, and I believe because it's an eau de toilette. So it is from Chanel, and it is Paris Biarritz. If that sounds a little like not correct. And this one just reminds me of a guy. He has probably long hair. He probably plays volleyball, or he likes to go to the beach. He likes to surf. He's probably from Australia. He likes to wear boots after surfing because that's what Ugg boots are for. He's very into art. He wears like really pretty leather sandals. He's a guy that just wants a very kind of fresh, kind of carefree, you know, he can kind of wear this and he can build it up. He knows that this may not last the longest, so you know, he can just build it up throughout the day, and that's what this reminds me of. This one's, I believe, is a 4.2 ounce bottle. Yeah, it's 125 ml, and this one's a very unisex fragrance. I can definitely see, well, anything is unisex, you know what I believe, but this one is a true unisex fragrance, and this is what reminds me of this fragrance. I really like the bottle. I like the presentation, how it's nice, sleek, it's aesthetically pleasing. Classic Chanel, and Chanel Chance are the only fragrances that I have in my collection currently. And like I said, this reminds me kind of like a surfing kind of a guy with long hair, like a very carefree, free spirit, non-judgmental. Like he just is a very carefree type guy. So this is what this fragrance reminds me of. This fragrance is a woman's fragrance, and this is Victoria's Secret Bombshell Night. So this one was introduced about 2 holidays ago, and I believe Candice Wanapal was the ad campaign for this fragrance. And this just reminds me of the time of me shopping at Victoria's Secret during the holidays. It literally smells like Victoria's Secret during Christmas time. Me, that always goes to Victoria's Secret around the holidays, especially when they do like those reward cards and they do consistently different deals, and I buy stuff to give as gifts for Christmas. And this just reminds me of shopping at Victoria's Secret. And this is just a very holiday. When I smell this, I think of holiday, and I've been missing going to the shops because they've been closed for a month, so that's why I have this one in my rotation. But as far as like the type of person, this is a woman or like a man, like I said, that would wear this, that wants something that makes a statement but it's not too overpowering, and that is just nice and dainty. You know, she's going to a holiday party, you know, she's wearing a simple black outfit, a simple beautiful black dress, or maybe a light colored dress, maybe some Giovino Rossi shoes, and a very non-branded handbag, but her lingerie is on point and it's beautiful, and that's what it reminds me of, bombshell night. So I do really like this one, and like I said, I've been in the mood of shopping and I miss going out and about, so this is what this reminds me of. So this is why this one is in my current collection. This fragrance that I have is Maison Margiela, and this one is at the barber shop. So with Maison Margiela, they all kind of have a period in time. So there's one that's like lipstick, there's one that's fireplace, there's just a lot of different variations, and I purchased this one not because I like the bottle's absolutely gorgeous. This is actually fabric and it's like little material right here, but this reminds me at the barber, it reminds me of a guy that is going to go on a date probably like on the weekend, and it's just getting a fresh fade. You know, he's going to, you know, make sure he looks good, he's all fresh, he probably has brand new pair of white shoes he's going to be wearing. He's going to go to the person's house and pick them up, open the door like a gentleman, go out maybe a little bit more casually, or maybe go out into the nightlife after that. And so I just feel like this is a very kind of younger guy, maybe a little bit more confident guy, and that likes to treat other people well with respect and dignity. Very much an alpha male fragrance is what I would describe this one as. And so this is what this fragrance reminds me of. And yeah, I really like this. Is a very secure guy, but he's a little bit more younger. He's not there maybe financially. He's probably still in college or just got out of college and just starting his career. Yeah, this is what this reminds me of, but he cares about his appearance and he has fresh fades, which is the most important part. So this is the Maison Margiela men's barbershop. Next one is going to be La Homme. Now this one I've had for I think 3 years in my collection. I've been wearing it. I do use the deodorant religiously. I've been through probably 5 or 6 bottles of the deodorant of La Homme. It is my favorite, one of my favorite deodorants because it is alcohol free. It is $26, a little bit pricey, but I do get it when they do like Macy's and stuff do like 15% off. That's the deodorant that I'm wearing right now. I also use the Capri one. I'll leave them linked down below. But I do use the deodorant in this one, so that's why I don't really use the fragrance as much, just because I feel like it'll be a little too overpowering. But for La Homme by Yves Saint Laurent, it reminds me of a man that is actually mature, but he's mature mentally. He has his things together. He has maybe just bought his first home, lives in a condo, likes to travel, likes to do stuff by himself. Very, you know, very alpha male. It's what he wants, what he doesn't like. Just a very confident, secure guy that you know, he doesn't give in to peer pressure. He does everything the way he wants. So this is what this reminds me of. It's a little bit more of a, I will say it's a mature scent. Not mature, but it is a little bit more of a heavier, mature scent. This is what this reminds me of. Like I said, I've had this for a while. I see myself repurchasing this one just because I use a deodorant stick and it literally smells exactly the same. But this is what this one reminds me of. Just a very more traditional man that, like I said, is a little bit more elevated and a little bit in the game. It's longer than maybe this fragrance right here. But he is more on the traditional side and has a lot of values and a lot of core. And this is what this reminds me of. This one is probably our top fragrances, and it's going to be Tom Ford Ombre Leather. Now this one reminds me of a guy that is like a current guy. Like, he knows what's up, he knows what's happening in the world. He maybe didn't go to college, or he did go to college, but he's very successful. He knows how to take care of his finances. He takes care of his family. Like, he's just such a nice, secured guy as well. And this one, when it just smells like, it smells like you're wearing a nice fitted suit that looks so good. Maybe he's wearing it a little bit more casually with a white t-shirt with some sneakers, or maybe wearing it more dressed up. This one is a very sophisticated scent, and for me, I love this scent a lot. I see myself a lot in this fragrance, and this is probably one of my top favorite fragrances. I actually bought this in a set with the 50 ml and the 100 ml, and I gave the 50 ml to my uncle. and he texted me. He said he loves this fragrance a lot, and he's a gentleman in his 40s, so really liking this one. She likes the scent on him, but this one is a little bit more heavier side. I do like to consider myself, I am pretty mature for my age. I'm 19, and I think that this scent really suits me and who I want to be, or the person I'm trying to be. So this is just a very sophisticated, very sexy fragrance. A lot of Tom Ford fragrances are a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more sexy, and I will say that he does make incredible cosmetics, and even more than his fashion, he makes incredible fragrances, or the team that works behind his fragrances do an awesome and phenomenal job in the marketing and the scent and the quality. This actually lasts a lot, and the way I would wear this fragrance is like a crisp white top, a beautiful navy suit, and some nice accessories, and like I said, always holds the door for men and women, for older people, you know, does everything right. If, you know, he's at the mall and he sees somebody lost, he'll ask, oh, what can I help you with over here? Such like a nice, caring person. So this is what this reminds me of, and I see myself a lot in this fragrance for whatever reason, and I feel like it's very me as well. Fragrance, which is going to be another Tom Ford, and I believe this one got discontinued, but there is a newer version, and it is the classic Tom Ford Noir. Now this is my second bottle of this. So I don't really buy a lot of bottles, but like I said, I do like Tom Ford fragrances. Now this one reminds me of my younger years. So when I think I got introduced to this fragrance when I was 15. So this reminds me of 15 through kind of high school, and the person that I wanted to be and the person I was guiding myself to be. And this one reminds me of my past, but it reminds me of a past that, you know, yes, a lot of negative things happen, but I see the positive and hope in this fragrance. Kind of like, I think in a couple of videos I said how I bought that Bath and Body Works set. It's kind of like this one, but this one's more of my high school years, and it just reminds me of sophistication. It has a little bit like of a vanilla scent to it as well. It's sophisticated, but it's not as dark as this one. This one's a lot more darker than this one's, a lot more lighter, and this one's more of a daytime fragrance as well. This one, I know it's a nighttime fragrance, or you can make it to a night fragrance. I use this one more during the day. This reminds me like something I would wear at a wedding, something I would wear like maybe during prom. Like just a really great prom fragrance. And so I think this is a really good for the day, but you can also transition it and build it up to the night. This one, same thing. You could pay like 1 or 2 sprays and you're good. They're really OG, and this just reminds me of the last couple of years, and this is what I've been wearing a lot. Blazer that I have, and every time I see that blazer, it reminds me of this scent for whatever reason. Last fragrance that I'm going to be talking about was actually a hair mist. I actually have the full-size bottle, but it's almost finished, like at the point where I'm about to like throw it away after this video because I didn't know I was done finished choosing it. But this one is the hair mist, and this one is the flower bomb. I will be repurchasing this one. This one's just such an iconic woman's fragrance. I have Spice Bomb as well. This kind of reminds me of it just reminds me of ultra female. She wants, she knows what she likes, and nothing's gonna get in her way. And that's what I think about this fragrance. It's just such an overpowering 1 or 2 sprays and you're done. You do not need to spray anymore. This one, it is a small bottle, but the concentration of this one, for whatever reason, it's good. It's not watered down. Like I said, just 1 or 2, 3 sprays and you're done. And I feel like this is a classic. It will never go out of style. And this is probably one of my top 5 women's fragrances, is the Viktor and Rolf. Like I just love this fragrance, and I've had a lot of female figures in my life wear this fragrance as I was growing up. This reminds me of empowerment, of doing better for yourself. So this is what this fragrance reminds me of, and it's very attached to my childhood and seeing like the people in my life, like some aunts, some family members, you know, some that would wear this fragrance, and it just reminds me of just being an alpha female, and that's what it reminds me of. And this is a fragrance that I always see myself reaching for. I may not buy, I will always know and always recognize. Like I said, probably buying this one after I'm finishing. Like I literally have like maybe like a few times, maybe 2 or 3 times of wearing it. But other than that, I will be repurchasing this one. It's just an ultimate classic and ultimate staple. But yeah, guys, those are some of my top 10 fragrances in my collection. If you want to see a full fragrance collection and maybe talk about them, or maybe just show you the men's and the women's or Pacific ones, definitely let me know down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. I know it's such a requested video to me doing my top favorite fragrances. I'll leave the links for everything down below just to help you find them. But if I have to pick probably my favorite 3, it will probably be the men's Noir, definitely the Yves Saint Laurent, and the one that has Adam Levine as the picture. This one, the Flower Bomb. Those are probably gonna be my top 3 that I'm always obsessed with. I see myself kind of going for right now in my current collection. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I don't know how this kind of went down. It's my first kind of fragrancy review. If you want to see like skincare routine or makeup routine or stuff like that, definitely leave them down below. I'm into like fashion, but I know everything kind of goes hands on when you shop at a department store. You shop shoes, you shop clothing, you shop accessories, you shop you know, fragrances, cosmetics, so it all kind of goes hand on hand together. So I thought I would make a fragrance video, see how it goes, but definitely let me know your thoughts down below, your opinions, what type of content you want to see. Do you want to see more kind of beauty related type content, not actually like full-blown makeup, but talk about like the foundations that I use, the skincare that I use, products that I've used up and that I've loved. So I would definitely love to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's Sergio's Secrets. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys, take care. And like I said, all the links and everything will be down in the description box. And I just love each and every single one of my Sergio's Secret family. Bye guys, and thanks for watching.